How to make money online. Today, this year, something that actually works that you can do from anywhere in the world. That is what we're gonna be covering in this video, and we're gonna show you how to get started in literally 10 minutes or less. So take your phone, throw it out the window so you can pay attention, and let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to another exciting video. So before we start, big shout out to all of you guys who are tapping the like button, subscribing, turning on those bells. If you enjoy this video, please do comment down below Amazon FBA, and if we get 500 comments that say Amazon FBA, we will release an awesome part 2 of this video that I promise you guys are gonna love. And so without further ado, let's jump into my computer and teach you exactly how you can make money online using one of the single best absolute strategies that works from anywhere in the world. Let's go. All right guys, welcome into my screen. So what we're gonna be talking about today is 2 lesser known ways that you can actually do product research using Amazon and then confirm that product research using the #1 Amazon software tool. So what we are right now is actually the most gifted section on Amazon. Now, a lot of people probably don't know about this section, but this is a really cool way to actually do product research and potentially find interesting products to sell on Amazon. Now, why is that? The first reason is because giftable items are significantly more profitable than non-giftable items. Now, why is that? The reason is because when you're giving a gift to someone as a person, generally you care about that person, and if you care about that person and you're giving them a gift, generally you have less price sensitivity. And so when you have less price sensitivity, it means you're willing to pay more, which means that you as the seller of those giftable products can have a much higher profit margin when it comes to actually making sales. And another benefit is the fact that holidays will be a massive, massive boost to your specific sales if you have giftable products. So where we are is inside of the most gifted products on Amazon. You can see right here that they actually do organize it by overall categories. So what we're gonna do is go into the health and household category. You can see that they also have subcategories. Now, Amazon is obviously very big. People are making a really significant amount of money selling these products on Amazon. So we're not gonna try to compete with something that has butt paste. Sorry, that just made me laugh. We're not gonna try to compete with something that has 141,000 reviews because, you know, at the end of the day, we're just never gonna be able to get that many reviews realistically. And so what we wanna do is go into a subcategory. Let's go into like baby and childcare, for example. And then inside of baby and childcare, they even have additional products down here. So we can see right here, all of these have like 143,000, 58,000. So let's go maybe into healthcare. Let's actually go back to baby and childcare, or actually let's go back to health and household because I didn't like that way we were going. So let's go instead to where it says house supplies, right? And the reason that I'm choosing house supplies is because I like to go for like a larger overarching category that can have a lot of products that we could potentially private label and thus, you know, actually be able to sell those products and have a good time doing it, you know, when it comes to making profit. And so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go into where it says cleaning tools. And I honestly don't know exactly if this is gonna work, but this is trying to simulate what real product research actually looks like. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, that we can actually go to page 2, and then hopefully we can actually see some products that have less than, you know, 1 million actual reviews. Like this one, for example. 404 reviews. So let's open this one just to take a look at it. This one is soap dispensing palm brush, which is another one that we could definitely take a look at. We can see that there's an electric spin scrubber. We can see that, you know, most of these have thousands of reviews. Generally, when I see thousands of reviews, I kind of just like gloss over it because it's the #1 thing that's difficult to compete with when it comes to Amazon is actually having a bunch of reviews because it's very difficult to actually get those. So let's take a look at these 2 products. So what I like to do when I see a product like this that kind of catches my eye is I like to figure out what's the main keyword that a real customer is typing to find this product ultimately. And so what we're gonna do is actually come to right here where it says electric spin scrubber, and we're going to actually type this in to Amazon and press enter. Now what we can see is a bunch of different results. This is something that I like to see for sponsored product results. That means that people are paying to have their product shown. They'd only be able to pay for their product to be shown here if they actually were making some money doing it likely. And so what we're gonna do is actually run the handy dandy Zonbase Chrome extension. Now Zonbase, if you haven't already, you know, gotten your free trial, there will be a link down below. It is the #1 software tool. It has the best price. It has the most tools. It has the best accuracy. You can see that it's going and grabbing all of the different monthly revenues, for these particular products. It even actually estimates gross profit and, date first available, all these sorts of things, right? What we can see right here is the average monthly revenue is almost 44,000, which is definitely something that I like to see. Personally, I like to go after products that make 9 or 10,000 or more in revenue when I'm actually doing my product research, just so that, once we actually get through all of the, costs of doing business and we have, let's say, a conservative 20% profit margin, that it actually makes enough sense for us to spend our time doing this, because there is a significant amount of upfront work to actually get a product launched. So what we can see is the average reviews is a little bit high here. We see that the average unit price is pretty good. Generally, I like to sell products on Amazon that are more than around $15 each. And so we can see right here that there's some that actually do have low reviews. So we can see right here, this one has only 200 reviews but makes $68,000 a month. This one has 51 reviews and makes $27,000 in revenue a month. This one has 7 reviews and makes 62, right? So this is definitely the one that I want to take a look at, right? What did they do differently? It looks like they actually have a specific use case where they have a 360-degree cordless automatic, and they also actually include the long handle, which might be specifically, for somebody who's trying to clean like their garage or ceiling or something that's difficult to reach. And so what these people have done well is they've looked at the overall market and they've differentiated their product enough for that product to actually have appeal to a large enough subsegment of that actual niche to actually be a viable, profitable product. So this is definitely one that I would take a look at. Again, I'm just doing this live, so I don't have this all planned out, I promise. But let's take a look at the next one. So OXO is obviously the brand name, so I'm not gonna include that. Good Grip Soap Dispenser. This is probably something where it's called a palm brush refill, or maybe let's just put palm brush actually. All right, palm brush. Now we can see a bunch of different options here. Again, we do see the 4 sponsored results at the top, which is something that I like to see personally. We can see that there's a fair amount of different products here. We see that there's some, bamboo ones, which is pretty interesting and cool. People always like that bamboo vibe. We can also look for, palm brush replacements, for example, which is something that, I always try to think of different ways to think about a product rather than going after, the most popular niche. I specifically like to go after, the products that make the most sense, right? So we can see right here that, some of these products have really strong revenue, but we do see some weak revenue here as well, right? Only 3,000 in revenue, only 2,000 in revenue. So this is definitely something that I probably wouldn't spend too much more time on, since we do see that the ones with the most reviews have the highest revenue. So something that I like to look for is I like to make sure that the products on page 1 have a relatively equal, it doesn't have to be exact, but a relatively dispersion of sales across all the different products, rather than all of the sales concentrated into just the 1 or 2 top products that do have the most reviews. And so the next thing that I want to look at is Amazon movers and shakers. And so you can see right here that, even though that second product didn't work, the first one that we looked at is definitely one that's worth looking more into. And we can come back here and it's basically infinite, right? We literally chose the first department, health and household, but we can choose any type of different department, right? Another one that I love is office products. Another one that I love is patio, lawn, and garden, right? And remember, these are the most gifted products. And so what I like to do is go into the big categories that I know sell well and have good profit margins, like office products, like home and kitchen, like patio, home and garden, those sorts of things. And so what we can do is, again, go into, like office supplies, for example, and then we can go into something like, desk accessories, and I'm just clicking somewhere random, but I'm just showing you guys how deep Amazon actually goes, right? You can literally see hundreds and thousands and, basically infinite products. I always like to go to the second page. We can see this one's pretty cool. Tyrannosaurus Rex pencil holder, which is kind of interesting. We can see that there's a most wished for section, bestsellers, new releases. We can see a portable laptop stand. We can see, that people that are actually selling, it looks like pen pal holders, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that is. A tripod stand, which is interesting, maybe like for school supplies. So most of these products, I definitely haven't seen anything that popped out to me as far as, having low reviews and things like that. This one is the first one that I've seen that had under 1,000, this one as well, right? Generally, as you get farther down the list, especially in subcategories, is when you're actually going to start to find some potential interesting ideas. And so let's keep scrolling down. Here's one. 6-pack clear pencil box, right? So this one only has 278 reviews, which is something that, you know, I'll take a look at. Let's look at this one, 1.6 small trash can. Let's take a look at that one. Let's keep scrolling here. So those are the two. First 1 year marriage, first wear. This looks like a marriage, wedding, anniversary sort of gift. Let's take a look at this one as well. So let's go to 6-pack clear pencil box. And let's actually put this into Amazon in all departments and take a look, right? So we can see right here that there is 4 sponsored results. Again, we like to see that. Most of these have only 100 reviews. They also have some bad quality reviews. So let's run the overall handy dandy Chrome extension here and take a look and see what we actually see related to this specific product. So as we can see, it didn't actually turn out the way we were expecting. You know, the monthly revenue is very low. This is probably a seasonal product when it comes to, you know, when this specific product is popular, you know, in combination with when school actually happens. So let's take another look and look at small trash can. And what we can do with these sorts of products as well is we can also add specific words like black or white or like large or small or bamboo or many other things, right? We can tell already there's probably a little bit too much competition for this one, so I'm gonna close it out. You know, we can see this one is kind of a generic gift, which is, you know, people are actually gonna kind of type in like anniversary present but not know what they want. And that generally means your conversions are gonna be lower because they're not actually specifically looking for your particular product. So if we actually close that one out as well, then we can actually look inside of patio, lawn, and garden. So if we go to outdoor decor and just go to like a random one, sometimes it's fun and like I like to literally just kind of like choose random things and just see what I see. Scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see right here that they are actually selling bridges when it comes to actual gardens, which is pretty interesting as well. So let's actually go to wooden garden bridge, and take a look at what we see when we run the handy dandy Zonbase Chrome extension. So what we can see right here is some of these products are actually not doing too bad, right? We can see that this one has 10,000 in revenue, 318 reviews. But again, we do see some pretty weak revenue when it does come to many of these things. So we're probably gonna close that one out and actually keep looking. Now remember, you probably watched this video for like 10 minutes or however long it's been. Generally, product research does take longer than that. But it's something that's definitely worth doing when it comes to finding your potential product on Amazon. Now, that is the manual way to do it. Now, the easier way to do it is inside of Zonbase, where we actually come to product research right here and click Zon Research. Now, what we can do is we can actually select a preset, and Zonbase is automatically gonna select the most profitable categories and filters, and we can search. And now instead of actually looking through all of the different bestsellers lists and all of that manually, Zonbase is gonna go out, find us products that have more than 9,000 in monthly revenue, less than 200 reviews, and that cost more than $15, right? Meeting all of the criteria that we were searching for manually. And that is why it's so critical to have the #1 or some type of software at least in your corner backing you up and making sure that you have the highest possible chance of being successful. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, comment down below Amazon FBA. Like I said, if we get 500 comments, we will drop a crazy part 2 of this video. And if you haven't already and you want help actually getting started setting up your Amazon business, check out the first link down in the description and the pinned comment. What that is it's actually gonna allow you to schedule a one-on-one call with a member of my team where you can actually hop on with somebody who knows all about Amazon and create a specific customized blueprint for you. And again, this call is completely free, no pressure, nothing, anything like that. Literally just to help you, figure out specifically what you're interested in and to make a specific catered plan just for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hang around because we have a brand new playlist coming to you live in 3, 2, 1. Click the playlist you see in the middle of the screen, guys. See you there.